Welcome to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. If you're passionate about Central Florida theme parks like we are, then you've come to the right place. Now on to the show. Here's your host, Bill Balcerski.
Universal Disney Nuts, I am Bill, your host. Welcome back to the Tiki Bar, ladies and gentlemen. UDN Live. It's a hot one out here today.
Just a little.
My God, now I know what it's like living on the sun.
It's a little humid.
Whoa, God.
Hey, it's Florida in summer. I mean,
Right?
seriously.
Of course, we are with our co-host, Mr. Indy,
Hello.
and Miss Tanya.
Hi. Oh, I got applause this week.
You got applause.
Yay.
Because you usually get, but you got applause this week, so there you go.
Maybe it was a carryover of my applause.
Yeah. Well, you know, it could be worse.
I
You
don't
could.
prefer either one of you, okay?
I'm just saying, it could be worse.
Jeez.
Lots of big announcements this week.
Yes.
Disney exploded with information.
A little.
So we got a lot to cover in this podcast, and we'll get to it here momentarily. We're going to talk about Disney. We're going to talk about Universal and a little SeaWorld this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. Unfortunately, I'd like to start out with some really good news, but I can't. Don't call it a comeback. It's been here for about a year. This whole COVID-19 stuff is getting crazy. I mean, numbers in Central Florida are starting to spike again. We've had like 7,500 cases in the last 2 weeks.
Blah, blah, blah.
Dogs and cats living together, people not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and this is what you get. Local businesses are still opening.
Yes.
Governor Ron DeSantis is still trying to keep Florida alive.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all this proceeds. Initially, he said that the spike in the numbers was testing, right? That's what they always say. Well, we didn't have everybody tested, so it's not necessarily a spike per se. And
I
then,
don't know where all these people are coming from that they're saying it's getting tested, because I know a slew of people that have never gotten tested. So,
Yeah,
including
yeah.
the three of us. I
Right.
mean,
well, then now he's saying it's Hispanic farm workers.
That's the one that I was waiting to hear.
Like, are you serious right now? Come on.
Well,
how is that even? Yeah.
well, between the
whatever.
protesters, the bars downtown, which is a hot spot, and the bars by UCF, I don't say the age group is in their 20s that are.
Right.
And I've not personally seen, but I know people that have seen what the crowds are by the UCF bars. And for a while there, it was wall-to-wall people inside some of these UCF bars. So, I mean, it
Okay.
was bad.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, they're not social distancing, right?
They
So
weren't at all.
that makes sense.
Seeing more and more and more out-of-state license plates. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen a ton of them.
That too.
It could be very well that
A combination of
of everything, right? And people starting to re-engage and coming in from out of town and
The
everything
weather is
else.
But
The
you know what?
weather
It was
is
gonna
nicer.
happen, and
Yeah.
it needs to happen.
Yeah. Let's move on and get past it all.
Exactly.
So Orange County has announced that masks are required 24/7 now. If you live,
Again.
visit, or do business in Orange County, which includes the city limits of Orlando and all the major theme parks,
Yep.
you are required to wear a mask.
But the theme parks were requiring that anyhow.
True, but
And Osceola, I guess, must not be enforcing it because I can tell you for the 5 minutes I was at Old Town, there were so many people without it at Old Town.
so no talk of reclosing, thank God.
No.
No.
But I think we're going to have issues. Speaking of issues, have you guys heard what's going on in Disneyland out there?
Yes.
So here's the thing. Disney's pushing forward trying to reopen Disneyland. And apparently the people of California are not on board. They have,
Unions are trying to keep it shut.
they've signed a petition to keep the park closed, saying that coronavirus is too dangerous and people have died, so we don't
But-
want the park open.
But meanwhile, Universal's version of City Walkout in
open.
Hollywood is open. So
Oh.
where is the petitioning for all of that, and why is it only Disney being targeted?
Well, now according to Orange County Register, it's kind of weird that it's Orange County here and Orange County out there.
Never thought about it, but yes.
You're just figuring that out now, guys?
Yeah, kind of weird.
Welcome to the
right?
party.
Well, if you knew and you never shared, then
Yes. Poo-poo on you.
Well, I thought it was my bad.
According to the Orange County Register, the Resort Labor Union is demanding that the California governor not allow Disneyland to reopen in July.
If he's going to do that, then he has to do all of the other theme parks in California.
Not Very Farm, I believe, is open already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Truth be told.
So why are these other theme parks allowed to reopen and Disneyland wouldn't? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So,
Kind of hypocritical.
major announcements coming from Disney. I'm going to let Tanya touch on that because she's got a ton of information. Disney has pretty much
Yes.
opened the floodgates
Yes.
when it comes to all kinds of stuff. So we'll get there. Universal announces Bourne is soft opening. Cited. Little surprise twist in the cast. They're bringing back Julia Stiles as AKA Nikki Parsons. Now, if you're a Bourne fan and you've been watching the series, Nikki was killed in the last movie. But Universal has resurrected her for the pre-show for the ride.
Hopefully we didn't ruin the end for anybody
Well,
who
no,
hasn't
I
gotten
mean,
that far in the series.
you
But
know-
it's been a while, so.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I guess it's a little late to call spoiler alert, but you get the point. Not everything has gone so well here in Central Florida. I think Universal has done a good job with the way they've handled stuff, with the exception of a few cases, which we'll touch on.
Yep.
Disney's trying to get it right before they open, right? So I kind of understand that. The opposite of that, unfortunately, would be SeaWorld.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
SeaWorld opened, needed to nail the opening,
And failed miserably.
swing and a miss.
And it wasn't just SeaWorld, it was Busch Gardens and.
Any of them that were owned by the company.
Right.
Very busy, lack of supervision, supplies just thrown out there for people to use. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah.
It was
I
like
saw
a
the picture of
gallon
one
jug.
of gallon jugs
With a
of
lid
hand
on it.
sanitizer with the lid on it. No pump, no way to use it. Like,
Fend for yourself, people.
No enforcement by any of the employees.
employees weren't wearing masks, and
Yeah, people not wearing masks, no social distancing. Not a good look for SeaWorld.
it was a complete shit show.
And the problem with that is SeaWorld at this point in time needs to be on point
Yes.
because they're struggling.
Oh, yeah. I've got a list over here to go over.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get there. But
Okay, well, I haven't really paid too much attention since the initial opening day. So have they gotten better?
I haven't heard as much negative
Right.
about it. So,
I haven't either. So I figured that.
either.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The death stare has begun, people. As these parks open and they figure out
Yeah.
what they need to figure out, things are going to get better. And this is my point that I'm going to kind of end the intro stuff with, is that people need to be patient with the parks.
Yeah.
This whole COVID thing is unprecedented. Like,
Yes.
we've never dealt with this kind of stuff before. So
Exactly.
people are going to make mistakes.
Right, it's not like it's a
Live and
hurricane or something like that.
Right.
Where they have all of that down pat.
People are not going to like some of the things that the park does.
Yep.
They're going to have to do it their own way because not, what works for Universal may not work for SeaWorld and Disney and
Right.
vice versa.
Yeah.
And
I don't think there's a fast and easy way to go through this process. We're just going to have to go through this process, right?
everybody has their own idea of how it should go.
Right. Which
Exactly.
reinforces my point here. People need to lower their expectations.
Yeah.
Like people are all excited about Disney reopening and Disney taking reservations and everything else, and they're ramping up like nothing happened. Oh, slow your jets, kid. Okay, because Disney's not going to be Disney for at least another year.
Yep.
You need to
At
chill
least
out
until 2021.
and
yes.
lower your expectations about when you're in these theme parks, because it's not going to be all,
Yeah, and I'm
Rice
gonna be
Krispie treats
touching-
and fireworks. It's
yeah,
not,
and I'm going to be touching
Or
on
no
a lot of
fireworks.
that.
or
Well,
no
yeah.
fireworks or parades.
Initially, yes.
Hey, exciting news for UDN. Yes, that's right, folks. We have a new website that we launched. Now, as you remember, our
Looks
old website,
amazing.
yes, it does. UniversalDisneyNuts.com is now worldofudn.com. You need to go check that out. Same awesome website, just new URL.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't forget to check out the marketplace. It's awesome. We'll talk about that more in our sponsors.
Lots of good stuff there.
Mr. Indy. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hashtag Ask Indy.
number one in your programs, number one in your hearts.
Always,
Mr.
always. So let's see. Let's get to Universal. As you already said, Bourne, soft opening. I've heard nothing but good reviews. Haven't seen it live. Have watched the YouTube video just because I got it. No.
Of course you did.
I
do.
haven't. I want to go in there not knowing.
But see, I can watch the end of a movie and still watch the movie and enjoy it because it doesn't. I don't have that kind of like, ooh, it killed the magic for me kind of personality.
Right.
It's like, oh, that looks good. Now I want to see it more. So, but they said you could even, if you're not a Bourne fan, they said you could change it to good guys versus bad guys. And overall, the stunt show itself is just phenomenal on that one. So I can't wait to actually get there and do that.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and kind of on a bad side, we already touched about social distancing, as we mentioned earlier. They kind of tripped and stumbled greatly at Volcano Bay for like a day or so. People getting off the buses. There's that little walk-through underground tunnel that leads to the main gate before going to the park. Too many people crowding one another. Wasn't being enforced underneath there. I guess team members trying to get to and from the buses for employees weren't actually enforcing anything. Probably got to clock in, clock out, or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but Universal and a lot of the comments said that that has been corrected since in regards to it. So, applauds to them on, again, seeing an issue, fixing it, on that one. So, all positive there.
I know when Bill and I had gone, what was that, about a week or so ago now?
Mm-hmm.
We were really impressed with everything.
Yeah, the park inside. On the dry parks, they were good. It was just right there when people were getting off, they were just bottlenecking.
Well, that whole area is just not one big bottleneck.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get off the buses, that whole bus scenario thing at Volcano Bay, it doesn't work. And
Yeah.
I've criticized Volcano Bay for that whole bus thing for quite a long time. And the thing about it is, it's very quirky. It's not very efficient. And as soon as you get off the bus, you're seriously bottlenecked until you get past.
You're a cattle call.
Yeah. I mean, clank, 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 right?
Yep.
So, it's.
Yeah, and you would think they would be able to do better because they have to bus people. They could spread it out.
Well,
You know,
we
get
also
people
have
to
to
get in, get
remember
in.
that people going to Volcano Bay never used to be up in that hub where people are going through
True, check-in. So.
the check-ins and everything. They all used to be down on that first floor and going onto the buses from that first floor.
Yeah, but they could
So-
still stagger the buses, wait, 5 minutes in between each bus, and that gives those people time to get their tapu and get in,
Right.
and
He said taboo. That's what it is. I just find it funny. Taboo,
You're such a dork.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Taboo. It's just fun to say. I mean, come on.
Tiki Bar needs a drink named that.
Done, sir.
I want.
Done.
I am getting the tapu when I come over.
There you
Taboo.
go. All right, we'll have to work
Done,
on
sir.
that one.
So let's see.
We are
moving-
working on that.
See, I'll look more into this because I've only been brought more to attention because it was delayed back at the beginning. But Peacock Live free streaming is supposed to hit July 15th
There you go.
on that one, and it's free because they suppose they will have ads. I'm sure they're going to have an
Oh, God, all over the
ad-free
place.
pay version from what it was originally supposed to be. But I'll find more before it launches for the next podcast.
And go a little bit into what Peacock is.
Their streaming device, kind of like their counter to Disney, and with everyone going streaming and cutting cable, that's going to be their version. Instead of you paying for a subscription to it, like Disney and stuff, you get it for free, and they're going to make their money off the advertisers.
Sure.
So they're kind of
So it's like their version of Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
Exactly, but they're doing it backwards. We're not going to make you pay for this. We're just going to make you the advertisers, or you can possibly upgrade and go without. Kind of like Pandora and any of those, which are
Right,
free.
yeah.
Which is, I like the idea of a free service and stuff, but
But
if
the
it's-
downside is it's going to be riddled with ads.
Yeah, come to the theme parks, watch NBC programs,
Right, exactly.
Universal movies. You know what they're going to be.
Jimmy
on those.
Fallon everywhere.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens on that one. So on other good news in the parks, the rock work has started on the coasters already for the Jurassic Park one.
Wow.
They have started to see, they're moving that thing along.
Yeah,
they
quick
really
too.
are.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're building fast.
like I said on one of the pictures I posted, literally the entire whole right side, if we're looking towards across the lake, Wizarding World side's done. Behind Dead Center's done. It's just a couple areas it looks like over on the far left over in Jurassic Park still just needs to be touched up. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see cars hit on that by within the next month and start being pulled through and stuff for testing, or at least sitting in the station.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, and then additional demolition going on is over at City Walk. The building where Fossil and stuff used to be is gutted. I've seen the walls up on that. Still kind of a lot of rumor mills on what's going in there. So I won't touch until I kind of have more of a definite on what I think it is before starting to speculate. Yeah. Disney, another Universal store, you know.
That seems to be the leading one.
That escape room going in possibly at one spot. Saturday Night Live
cool.
Lounge is still rumored to come to City Walk.
Okay.
You know, another restaurant is rumored to move, building shifting around on what stores are where. And then I know you're going to touch it on Disney regarding the Not So Scary, but that kind of brings us to Universal. And this time, usually every year, you hear stuff happening. They've been fairly quiet playing this out.
I was going to say, you're usually having Halloween Horror Nights like jammed down your throat by this point.
Oh, God, yes.
And right now, there's no rumors. The last rumors are basically less scare actors, a cap on attendance. Everything is going to be app-driven. Jack is rumored to be the icon that tells you where to go. And it's going to basically feed off of what's going on in the park and stuff. And you may not be able to do as much as you think you're going to be able to do, but they're going to fill the app with scavenger hunts, trivia, stuff to kind of as fillers, because even the shows are kind of maybe capped if they have any shows.
Yeah, they're going to have to tone the whole thing down and redesign it. I mean, I'm confident that Universal's going to make it entertaining, but in the same respect, lower your expectations. We talked about that, right?
Build an Amscot
It's
haunted house. That way they're already behind the plexiglass.
Right?
But definitely, and like I said, if you're going to go, you may need to really look into the Express, even if you've been anti on ever spending that kind of money in the past on it, because that might be the only way to even get only maybe 3 houses in instead of all of them, or maybe an RIP tour if they're, you know, how that's happening. And I'll have to just keep my eyes and ears open on that one. So, but that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where we're at for Universal. But SeaWorld, as you mentioned, in Stubbling.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Basically, for those who don't know, exactly. I don't think it really looks good for them. And I do like SeaWorld. You know, I grew up on it. I'm a Central Florida native. I had Disney and SeaWorld were the only 2 parks growing up. And Circus World, to age myself. There was a Circus World theme park back here.
Wow.
At one point on 27 and I-4.
Circus World.
And then it went to Boardwalk and Baseball under SeaWorld, and then it eventually closed 4 years after that. Yeah, I tell you, I'll age myself.
Oh,
Wrigley's
my
and
God.
Brothers had a Circus World theme park with coasters and stuff.
Hashtag old.
Hashtag you're older.
Wow. That's insane.
But basically, SeaWorld back in March increased their revolving credit facility mixed with other measurements that were set to give them company sufficient liquidity to meet its cash expenditures requirements into the fourth quarter of 2021. However, in April, they had construction workers or a company here in Orlando file a lien against them for $225,000 for a beach bar, wave pool, cabanas, and a bird cage for Aquatica and Discovery Cove. In June 14th, San Diego, who wants to try to open again on July 1st, being out there in California, their new dive coaster Emperor may not open even if they do, because they're being sued for over $3.3 million for unpaid work by a contractor.
Ouch.
They've had over 24 various contractors also file suit
Jesus.
and liens on the park. On the 18th of June here, $2.7 million from Premier Rides for icebreakers at SeaWorld, with another additional couple dozen contractors wanting unpaid liens against them. And Busch Gardens now has a lien lawsuit for $3 million plus, or $3,536,854.39 on Gwazi, not counting interest, attorney fees, and additional costs. Not to mention, if they can't have these liens and unpaid, these companies are not signing off for them to open these rides. So things that would bring people in are not going to be there.
Can you imagine? I mean, pay your bills, yo.
And they have supposedly the money. So something's going on with SeaWorld they're not wanting to tell us about. Either they don't have that credit or they're just stupid, because now they got bad press. They're not going to have rides. and now they got to pay additional fees possibly.
And they just jacked up their opening.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help either, right?
Nope.
Well, the annual passes will be cheap.
Yeah.
They'll be giving away. Well, my sister's in them because again, my oldness, when I was born, my sisters in them pay $8 a month for all their life for SeaWorld passes. And because they've had them since opening, they're now grandfathered and their passes are free.
My God.
That was in, 1973? The reason I didn't get one is because they didn't know what name I was going to be, a boy or girl. So my parents didn't put one with baby Graham on it.
It's what you identified.
Yeah.
Duh.
I'm baby shark. But
They could have named you a female, and you could just identify as a female, and you'd be in, man. Like, no, they wouldn't mess
Exactly.
with you with that.
only once a month do I. So
Wow, awkward.
Even if you had gotten one like the year after,
yeah,
it still
but
would have only
I mean,
been,
there's this, like I said, they have a lifetime one for free now, just because, their grandfather.
Well, they gave them that because they know
They need the
they're not
people.
going to be around much longer. So they figured,
Pretty
yeah, we'll
much.
just give it to you for free.
Exactly.
well, not only that, but when they were closed and everything, they upgraded everybody's
people.
passes.
So they did good
So
in
if
some
you
ways, but
had
they
like a
stumbled
basic
in-
one, yeah.
I mean, they could have nailed this out of the park and put Disney and Universal to shame if they would have did the right stuff and handled it right and been like, look, we did it right. But I wouldn't be surprised.
I just don't think they have the upper management
No, there's
in
a
place
yeah.
to do that.
They're definitely having management
They
issues.
don't have CEO issues.
My God.
Kidding. But yeah, I mean, Orange County sends shoppers into these things for their health department, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something soon on either SeaWorld gets it right or they're paying fines for not meeting requirements.
Yeah, it's a shame.
That's going to
All
be
right, really?
that's going to be SeaWorld here for
No,
a
you
while.
need to get a flipper one in there.
Oh, we need a dolphin.
A
We
dolphin.
need Flipper.
Yeah.
They call him Flipper, faster than light.
Okay, now you remember the words way too well.
No one you see is faster than he. They call him Flipper.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. You remember the
Wow.
theme.
Yeah. I was a big fan back in the day.
What they sing on the Coast Guard boats.
That's right. The old she shanty.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was special.
I'd like to introduce to you our Disney addict, Miss Tanya.
Wow, 2 clauses in one show.
You are
What?
winning.
Wow.
You are winning.
I'm getting all the love from my husband today.
well, we're usually doing this,
I know.
but I decided to show some love.
Aw,
What's
So-
he buying? What's he want to buy?
I know, right? Exactly.
I just want a new Corvette. I'm not asking for much.
How is that all?
What do we got going on for Disney?
What don't we have going on for
Yeah,
Disney?
maybe I should say it like that, right?
Exactly.
Hope you want to listen to me for a little while because I've got a lot to go over. Hey!
I can't be nice to you all the time.
Well, you could, but then I'd start getting concerned.
Right, exactly. A lot of love in this family.
Yes, definitely. All right, so starting off with the announcement of Major League Soccer starting July 8th is going to be at Walt Disney World ESPN playing their MLS is back tournament.
Go! Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be all 26 teams that are going to be sequestered in the Disney area. We're going to be playing a total of 54 matches. They're starting to arrive Wednesday. This
Wow.
Wednesday, the 24th.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the games start July 8th, so they really had to start coming in. The anticipated last day of the games is going to be August 11th with the final.
I think Disney's winning with this whole basketball thing and the soccer thing, but they have to be
definitely.
very careful because the NBA players now are refusing to come to Florida because of the spike in COVID cases. So I get it. This is a great deal for Disney, but the problem with all
But
this
the
is
NBA is going to be sequestered on the property. They're not going to be allowed outside of
Right.
Disney property.
but here's the thing.
I want to see that enforced.
That's
well, yeah,
Some guy
I
tries to
know.
leave.
That's gonna
Mr. LeBron, you
Hey.
can't go outside, sir.
Yeah.
Let's see how that works.
I mean, that was
Some
like
little
the
short
whole.
security guard.
But I mean, that was like the whole reason for them to be sequestered on the
Yeah.
property is to
But
be
you have to
from-
admit though that part of the problem is they're going to be living on top of each other in the same hotel. one guy gets it, they
They
all get it. So you're compromising the entire league.
Yeah. But at least if they all get it at once, they're one and done.
Well, then there's that.
There you
Then there's that. But
Is the soccer players staying at the same hotel, or
No, they're
No,
staying
different.
at the Swan and Dolphin.
they get the All-Star?
No, they're staying at the Swan and Dolphin.
okay,
So,
same problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, but I mean, between the Swan and Dolphin, they've got like 22,000, or not 22,000, 2,200 guest rooms.
yeah, and it's
There's
not like they're being
that many
used.
people for
right?
right. So there's more than enough rooms for all of these players and everything to
True.
be staying at. Reservations to the public for the Dolphin are going to be made available July 29th, and the Swan is going to be August 12th.
Okay.
So just heads up there.
I'll book my room now.
There you go. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has been canceled for 2020.
Not so scary.
Yeah, it's not going to be scary this year, folks, because it ain't happening.
No, sad, but it's been postponed obviously until next. Well, there still has not been any talk about the Christmas party. That, as of right now,
Yeah, that's
is
getting
still
torched
a
too,
go.
though. That's
Yeah.
getting torched too.
And tickets never went on sale for that yet.
Nope, that's getting torched too.
Yeah, because right when they were starting to go on sale, this whole COVID thing, happened and everything got shut down.
I don't see
so.
any of these things going down. I don't.
No, I agree.
I don't see it happening.
SeaWorld still might
know.
have their spook. Speaking of things still going
Spooktacular.
on, at Margaritaville, at Sunset Walk,
Now you have my attention.
they are still doing fireworks of all the places that I've seen, but it's some kind of social distancing. But they're going to have fireworks there.
Wow,
I
really?
was- yeah, they had a sign. I'll have to look it up. I didn't get a chance to take it
Oh, for
because I
4th
was
of
melting.
July.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
was,
read that.
I was melting yesterday in the sun out there, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to take a photo. Yeah.
Well, I'll leave it to Margaritaville to show up.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying.
But they kind of have the property there to do it.
Yeah.
We're kind
Thank
of
you,
pretty
Jimmy.
Spread out, so. Epcot's Food and Wine Festival is going to be starting July 15th when Epcot reopens and will run through the fall.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting the Food and Wine Festival.
We are, however, stop. It's going to be downsized a little bit. They're going to have 20 marketplaces, down from usually around 40-ish. There's also going to be no Eat to the Beat concert series.
That's the one I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why they're not,
I get it, but still.
but they're
Yeah.
still said they're going to have entertainment in smaller stages throughout the park.
So it's safe to say
So-
that the whole Christmas stuff at Epcot's not going to go down either.
Candlelight.
I think it still might.
Processional.
Nothing has been said about the Christmas, so I think they're going to wait and see what happens. But let's get through the summer first.
Yeah.
I think they're going to probably wait to see.
We won't have Eat
know
to
how
Beat,
it
but we're going to make
plays.
people gather in smaller groups
Right.
at various locations in the park.
Well,
Hey, let's
I mean,
make a
honest-
reservation for December so we can go see the processional. Come on. It's not going to happen. They're going to
Just-
cancel everything.
I don't know about that. I'm still holding out hope. So.
Okay,
whatever.
well,
Also, there is going to be no H2O glow nights at Typhoon Lagoon.
which stinks because I like that whole thing.
Which is
Yeah,
dumb because
that
you're
was
in
a lot of
chlorine to
fun.
begin with.
Yeah, and
I'm just thankful that we're getting water parks back. Aquatica's opening up.
Says the man with a pool in his backyard.
Says the man with the pool that's literally
Volcano
20 feet.
Bears. Yeah, I know, right?
But I like the water parks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun
And
to go to.
Typhoon Lagoon is fun, and Aquatica is awesome, and
Yeah.
Volcano Bay is amazing if you can get in there without.
And they're rebuilding,
fine.
and I butcher the names, but the one that they put the weight limit on, I have to think of it, where they dropped the weight down to 150 pounds, which basically meant only a small child could go on it. They're redoing
Awkward?
this. They're redoing the slide, and I'm going blank on the name right off. But they're
Yeah.
Are
actually
you talking about the one that's over by Margaritaville?
no at
No,
Volcano
at
Bay.
Volcano Bay.
They had
Oh.
the weight issues with the slides and
the-
the stuff. Yeah, the racer.
The racer slide.
Yeah, the racers are being replugged,
Where you're
and
on the
Oh.
mat and you race one another down. There was like 8 or 10 different. slides or
yeah, and
whatever.
they're extending the run and stuff on it in a sense because there were people at first that were larger, like myself, getting hurt, I guess, and stuff. So they put a weight limit on them, and then they turn around and now they're being redone, from what I heard.
Yeah, of course they are, because Americans are fat. And so,
Wow.
I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I'm not saying you're fat. I'm just saying Americans on whole are
No,
fat.
and I know that. And
So
yeah.
if they don't do that, you're going to have 14 people ride the ride all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Okay, can I get back to Disney stuff now?
Sure.
Are you done?
But on Squirrel.
squirrel. I can't believe you guys said that at the same time last podcast.
Yeah. So, anyhow, Spaceship Earth will be open when Epcot reopens as the scheduled renovations have been postponed. Which makes me very sad, because I was really, really looking forward to those renovations, because out of any of the ones that are getting redone, that one definitely needs it.
Come on, it's great for 1990.
Sure.
But so we'll wait and see as to when they actually get rescheduled to.
If ever.
I think
They
it
will
will
eventually.
eventually happen. I don't think
It is new the Epcot forever.
It might not be until 2022 now.
We got to
but-
get past all this stuff, man. Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't sit here, like I said when we first started this podcast. You got to lower your expectations.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no way that we're going to get back to normal.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'm
it's gonna
getting
take a
into
long
each
time.
of the parks now and kind of what to expect when you're there and everything.
Right. I mean,
So-
I don't think you got to it yet, and I'm not trying to spoil your stuff, but I mean, they're not even doing Park Hopper.
Nope.
Nope.
So, I mean, as an annual pass holder, do I have a problem with that?
I do.
I may, because I'm paying all this money for an annual pass, and you're not letting me enjoy the benefits of the.
True.
Discount my pass.
Well,
gonna have to
they
do something.
They have offered, so one of the things that they're doing for pass holders, they're giving you two options. One is they are adding on another month, basically for the month of October, onto the end of your pass.
Okay.
So just say your pass expired in June. I think it now expires in like November or something like that. Or they are giving you the opportunity to cancel your pass. And getting for the people that paid full price for it, you'll get a partial refund, and then obviously.
Right. So you can renew it for the higher price.
Yep.
Well, there is that downside, but for the people that are out of state who aren't going to be able to get here, and
Disney's not going to be able to
enjoy it,
maintain these annual passes prices. There's no way.
All the prices.
We're
all the
paying
parks.
over $800 each of us for our annual pass a year. And we're not getting we're getting some of our benefits, but not everything. So they can't justify charging us full price. So they're going to have to drop the prices on the annual passes. People are going to lose their minds.
Well, that's a whole separate podcast. That's not what we're talking about now. So
Perhaps. Go ahead. Go ahead.
On to
We're getting
attractions and
sidetracked.
entertainment in the parks. So when Magic Kingdom opens, they do have listed on their website, everything that's going to be open. I was taking a look at the lists in all the different parks, and it looks like a majority of the rides will all be open, as well as the shops. Some of the things that you won't see open are, some of the inside shows and stuff like that. A lot of the entertainment, so at Magic Kingdom, you're going to have Main Street Philharmonic back. You're also going to have what they're calling character cavalcades. They're, in the Magic Kingdom, they're going to be appearing along the parade route throughout the day, and they're going to interchange through the Royal Princess Processional, Mickey and Friends, Fantasyland Friends, Goofy Cavalcade, Tinkerbell, and Lost Treasure.
Look, Tinkerbell's cute, but she needs to keep her distance. I ain't trying to get COVID from Tinkerbell. We talked about that last podcast.
So throughout the day, you're going to have the characters that are going down the parade route. And,
Character drive-bys.
Yeah, essentially.
She's drawn well.
So,
She's got a nice
really
little booty.
nice.
You know what I mean?
Stop.
Tinkerbell?
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. Yeah,
Just
oh, yeah.
hush.
I'm just saying, she's got a nice little booty.
My roommate was too lightweight to play Tinkerbell when she worked for Disney.
Is that right?
Yeah, you had to be 100 pounds. She weighed 87 pounds. I
Awkward.
guess she didn't want to be blown around, but she did Mickey and stuff.
That's cool.
I need
I
to
mean,
make her
you mean
right.
she was friends with Mickey?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
Don't ruin the magic,
Right.
man.
Come on, dude.
Dude,
Both
pixie
of you.
dust, man. Pixie dust.
Both of you.
Whatever. Get to it, woman. Let's go.
Animal Kingdom. Again, majority of all the rides, shops, trails will be open. Lion King show and Finding Nemo show were not listed as being open during the initial phase. Character cruises throughout the day will be on boats. Now, this I'm excited for because I remember this when Animal Kingdom was first open. They used to do all the characters on the boats, and they would go under the bridge and on the. Never mind. Anyhow.
Yes, I am looking. I am looking at her awkwardly. Okay.
So back in the day when Animal Kingdom first opened up,
I guess we're all showing our age
they
today.
used to be character cruises.
Sure.
And you could stand on the bridge and you could wave to the characters, and they were dancing to the music on the boat and everything. And it was a lot of fun. It was cute. So it sounds like they're going to be doing the same type of thing now with the characters. You're going to have the boats on Discovery Island River. And so it's going to be Discovery River Character Cruise, Discovery River Drummers, Donald's Dino Boat Bash, and Mickey and Friends Flotilla.
I got 4 words, just to give you an idea where my head's at. Think about the boats. Sniper, paintball, rifle.
You're so mean.
My God, the entertainment.
No, that's not entertaining.
They're dancing on the boat, having a good time. Beat! Done.
My 4 words were Animal Kingdom Jungle Cruise.
All right, what else you got?
Anyhow, so Epcot. Again, majority of the rides, films, and modified versions of KidCot stations will be open, as well as the shops. Jaminators will be entertaining you. The Mariachi Cobre will be entertaining you, as well as character cavalcades around the world showcase. You're going to have a Frozen Promenade, Mickey and Friends World Tour, and a Princess Promenade. Now, keep in mind, even though there's going to be quite a few of the shops open and everything in the World Showcase, there are still going to be quite a number of shops in the countries that will not be open. So before you go onto the website, take a look at the shops that will be open, so you're not disappointed if you're looking for something in particular that's not going to be open. Hollywood Studios. Again, majority of the rides will be open, but there was nothing listed for Indiana Jones Stunt Show, Little Mermaid Show,
They gotta
Frozen
do-
Sing-Along,
They got to get rid of that.
and Beauty and
Which?
the Beast Show.
Indiana Jones.
It's fun and entertaining,
It's old and outdated,
just like you.
perhaps. But
Yes.
that's not, we're not talking about
You're
me.
old and cranky, or
We're talking, get off my lawn.
grumpy.
Okay, what I'm talking about is
Mr. Grumpy Gills.
the fact that Indiana Jones is older in dirt. It's old, it's tired, it's boring.
There's supposed to be another Indiana Jones movie coming out. So
They're supposed to get rid of Dino Land and make that into a whole Indiana Jones area.
Oh, God.
Well-
Please, no.
Dinosaur's the exact same track layout as the Indiana Jones in California.
In California,
It's
yes.
exact layout. They could do an overlay, get rid of Primal Whirl, destroy that little Rector set thingy, put a
I
real
don't
coaster
like
like
that
Paris has for their Indiana Jones tombs. They can easily do it. The Dino
Yeah.
Dig, archaeology.
Yeah, I could see
it
it.
could
I could
completely
see
be
it.
redone.
so.
Go ahead.
Anyhow, and they will also have their own character cavalcades through the down Hollywood Boulevard. And they will have Disney Junior Stars Motorcade, Mickey and Friends Motorcade, and Pixar Motorcade. So that's what you can expect to find in the parks when you go.
What gets me is at Epcot, they'll have impressions of France in the building, but they won't do the Beast sing-along.
Right.
Yeah, we can have the people sit side by side or social distance that way, but you can't be in there with them singing. What, they gonna spit on me?
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand, but hey, I'm not the one that's coming up with the rules.
Yes, you did.
All right, so this is pretty important now.
Yes, so now we're getting into making reservations for the parks. So for Disney Resort guests, they can start making their park reservations today. I know it opened at 7 a.m. this morning, and of course, the system crashed
Of course it did. Of course it did.
because everybody's trying to get on there to make their park reservations. And now, when you're making your park reservations, when you are going to be a resort guest, you can make one park reservation per day. There will be no park hopping in the initial phases of reopening. So just say you're going to be here for 7 days. You're going to have to figure out which park you want to go to which day and make that reservation.
God, this is going to be a nightmare.
And what they
Yep.
recommended you doing was to, obviously, the parks that you want to get into the most, make those the ones that you try and get to first. And then, go to the other reservations. But
Not going to work out well.
Nope.
so, anyhow, annual pass holders will be able to start making park reservations starting Friday the 26th.
All pass holders or just the special people?
Okay, all pass holders who are not blacked out.
Okay.
So, silver and gold would not be able to make reservations until after the blackout dates, but they can still go on the site on the 26th and book a park day after their blackout
Okay.
dates are over. Now, annual pass holders can only make park reservations for 3 days. So just say my husband and I want to go on the opening day of Magic Kingdom, which is the 11th, and Epcot, which is on the 15th. Okay, that's 2 of our days. So now we would only be able to make a third reservation until we start using the other days.
Okay.
You can only make them 3 days at a time. If you're a resort guest, you can make reservations for your entire stay. This is for annual pass holders who do not have resort reservations.
Gotcha.
So if you're just an annual pass
Ka-ching.
holder, like you're local and you're not going to be staying at the resort, you can only make a park reservation for 3 days at a time
This is
until
going to
you
be a
start
nightmare.
using them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
nightmare.
I feel bad for
yeah.
the people that work in reservations that's got to take these phone
Oh,
calls.
God, it's going to be
I feel for them, being that I did it for Universal. And I think Universal, and again, more stuff I have to check. I think they lifted the blackout dates on all their passes.
Yes, they did.
No, silver.
Universal's
and gold
winning
still
right
have-
now.
Yeah.
Far and away.
And SeaWorld upgraded their annual pass holders. What's that say?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're desperate. So,
You also have to keep in mind that you cannot make any new reservations for Disney at this point. The only people that are allowed to make park reservations are the people that have resort reservations currently, or people that have rescheduled their trips, so on and so forth.
Gotcha.
So, also, if you're a pass holder and you have a resort reservation, then you can make, your park reservation for each day that you're here. But
Yeah.
okay,
if
got
you're
it.
just local, it's 3. After that, any other ticket holders will be able to make reservations starting June 28th. Also at this time, there will be no miniature golf, spas, salons, or the Harmony Barbershop that are going to be open during the initial reopening. Also, park tours will not be available, as well as special dining events such as afternoon tea at the Grand Floridian, Circle Little
Man, I
Flavors.
so go to that.
I know, right? Damn,
Pinky up.
gonna have to retire my sundress.
Obviously, dessert parties are not going to be available because there's no fireworks for the dessert parties.
Again, all this doubles back to my original statement in the beginning of the podcast. Lower your expectations.
Yeah.
Lower my monthly payment.
Right, exactly.
For
Thank you.
anybody that is looking to do the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique, the Pirate Adventures, Wonderland Tea Party at 1900 Park Fair, those will not be open at the initial.
Which doesn't surprise us.
No.
Yeah.
So-
Again, what's open and what?
I think, again, the
Turnstile and our cash registers are open, but everything else is closed.
Yes.
No, that's not true. Because a majority of Disney Springs is all open. I mean, there's still a handful of
Yeah.
things that aren't open, but a
Splitsville.
majority of, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I got to get my sushi fix.
Yeah,
Splitsville.
they're really
So-
good.
All right.
I still got more.
You got more.
Yeah, I got more. I told you this was going to be a whole
You
lot
better
of
get on it,
information.
woman. We are knee deep in this podcast.
This time, if
right.
you need to take an intermission,
I'm almost done, I swear.
Please stand clear of the doors.
As you know, DVC Resort opened today. We also now have a tentative schedule for other resorts to open. So July 10th, you have Animal Kingdom Villas Jumbo House reopening. Pop Century, and the Contemporary Resort, all tentatively being reopened. Keep that in mind. This is just tentative. July 29th, Caribbean Beach Resort. August 12th, Polynesian Resort and Art of Animation. August 24th, Yacht and Beach Club. September 21st, Grand Floridian. October 1st, the Boardwalk. And October 14th, Coronado Springs. No word as of yet for the All-Star Value Resort.
When was Coronado Springs? Because that's where the NBA players are staying, right?
Yeah, Coronado Springs isn't until middle of October.
Okay.
Because of the NBA
Right.
thing.
So they're going to do the NBA thing first and then bring guests in.
Yes.
And
Correct.
Michelle's parents were just here and stayed at Royal. I wonder if they're going to do like they've done over there. Each day, anyone staying at the hotel has to have their temperature checked.
Yeah, I
And they
wouldn't
got
doubt
a
that.
little bracelet that said they had their temperature checked that day.
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah,
haven't
that
read
doesn't.
anything.
That doesn't surprise me.
Last but not least,
Oh, thank God. This has been exhausting.
I know, right? I told you I exploded this week. 2021 resort packages will be able to be made for new reservations starting June 28th. Okay. So new reservations for 2021 will start being made June 28th. Later on this summer, Disney
Hurricanes.
will. And,
COVID.
well, yeah.
Hurricanes.
Disney,
Sharknado.
stop.
You
Enough.
started it.
Both of you, stop. Enough.
I know you are, but we're
So
not.
later on this summer, Disney will resume 2020 ticket sales and resort hotel arrivals based on park availability.
He's touching me.
Are we
That's
there yet?
on you.
Awkward.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I could go into, how you have to go on your computer and how you have to make the park reservations and stuff like that, but there is.
And there goes Dave Indy's mic. Well done, sir.
What
Well
I
done.
will say about making
It's
park
melting.
reservations is everybody needs to be connected to everybody else.
What do you mean by that?
So just like on the MDE app, the My Disney Experience app, I'm listed as a friend of yours. You're listed as a family of mine.
The whole thing moves.
So you have
Dave's
to.
mic is just completely imploded.
It's the warm weather. It just melted.
There we go.
Go ahead.
So when you're making a reservation,
So your entire
all of-
party has to be in the app.
correct.
Wow.
It all has to be connected. So your park tickets need to be linked. Your hotel room needs to be linked.
Like everything needs to be in there.
Everything needs to be linked together in order to be working.
Okay.
So,
Are they going to do the
and
whole?
initially, for making the park reservations, it is not on the MDE app. It has to be done on your computer.
Interesting.
So don't make that mistake.
I just want to get over there, ride the Star Wars rides. Over I did Smugglers, but I want to ride Resistance and and the new Mickey one.
Yeah. Yeah, that new Mickey one's cool.
Yeah, that is.
I just want to ride those two, and then I really care less. I want to
Okay,
beat the crowds.
is that it?
That is it.
Oh, thank God.
Welcome to
It might
2022.
be to be honest, it might be a little bit easier for you to call into Disney instead of going on the computer and trying to figure.
But I'm in
everything out,
Jacksonville. and I. What do you mean you're closed?
So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy ride here for the next couple of weeks while people, figure out what they need to
Weeks?
do and stuff like that.
Right?
But
Jesus.
okay, it'll get there, and so that's a majority of the information.
Hashtag
And
lower your
that's-
expectations, right? There you go.
You can still go and have a good time and see your characters and and stuff like that. It's just not going to be up close and personal like you've been used
Magic
to.
Kingdom needs to enter booze carts at this point.
Right? Now it's time for random topic.
Random topic.
Now, before we start random topic, I have got a question for y'all.
Okay.
And
This makes me
then
very nervous.
we're going to play a little game. So, here's the question.
Okay.
What is the most expensive theme park in the world? Feel free to fight amongst yourselves.
Whew.
I don't know how money transfers over between countries. I want to say probably Ferrari World and Dubai.
Tanya?
I'm going to say Disney Shanghai.
Very close, but
Ah!
it's your world, kid.
Oh, we're going back and forth like a tennis match? Well, if she was in Shanghai, it's probably going to be a Disney park over there.
If she was in Shanghai and it's your world,
Dude, after she read all that stuff, my mind's fried.
So Universal. What's
Beijing? No, Beijing's over.
No.
Japan. Universal Japan?
Universal, you
Beijing.
just said it.
Beijing's not open yet, though.
Universal Beijing. Yes, it's not open yet, but it's the most expensive park in the world.
Oh, I was trying to think of admission prices to get in.
I didn't.
that's what I.
The most. I didn't. There's no admission in this.
But you
Look,
didn't
The most
specify.
expensive theme park in the world.
You should be a newscaster.
Oh my God.
Very vague, Balsarski. Vague.
So, the most expensive theme park in the world is Universal Studios Beijing, $6.5 billion to build. It is 6 times the amount of Islands of Adventure. And Epic Universe is projected to exceed that number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Epic Universe will be the single largest theme park investment in the company's history.
Yes.
That does not surprise me.
All right, with that being said, we are going to play our own little Family Feud. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
This is why you didn't tell us.
This is what we're going to be doing.
I just hope I get more direct answers on like admission versus a park being built cost.
Yeah,
We
you
are
never
going
know
to
with
be
Bill.
playing our own version of Family Feud.
What kind of?
That might be fantasy.
Hey, I'm shooting from the hip here. Work with me.
We already talked about Tinkerbells, but who knows?
So we're going to play our own version of Family Feud. It is Indy versus Tanya.
All right.
And we're going to get into
It's
this.
like Country Bear Jamboree song.
Right?
All right, so the subject for today's Family Feud is the 10 most expensive theme park rides ever to be built. Now, this is how it's going to work.
Under construction or already built?
Already built.
Okay, I just need to clarify.
Okay, so for the first question, you guys are going to call out your names. The first one that I hear, you'll get a chance to answer. You're going to hear, if you're right, you're going to hear the cash sign. If you're wrong, I'm going to give you some love, okay?
Is that what we're calling love these days?
That's right. That's right. So let's get into this
All right.
because we're flying by the seat of our pants here. Just work with us, folks. This is live radio. So,
We're professionals. Don't try this at home.
ladies and gentlemen, first one comes up with an answer gets the answer. If you get it wrong,
We need those buttons from Staples. What was it?
yeah, you're just gonna have to say your name. If you get it wrong,
Put
the
the
other
two cats up
person
here.
Right?
the other person has a chance to steal. And the one with the most points at the end of the game
It's absolutely nothing.
gets absolutely nothing, and you both are losers. So
Good times.
try to stay with us. Okay, so here it
Get
is.
thrown in the pool. How's that?
Here's the question. If you know an answer, shout out your name, and then the first one I hear we'll go with, okay?
All right.
Name one of the 10 most expensive theme park rides ever built.
Tanya,
Indy.
Tanya won it.
Rise of the Resistance.
That is not on the list.
How is that not on the list?
It's not on the list.
That-
I don't know why. It's
I'm
not.
going with Haggard's.
Hagrid's is on the list. Indy gets one. I don't know why Rise of the Resistance or the other one's not on here. It's not on here.
Huh. All right.
Okay.
Flight of Passage.
So no, this
we
is.
don't get to go back and forth until
Hey,
we get them
hang
all?
on, hang on, hang on. Okay. One little tidbit that I forgot to mention.
Always.
Okay.
There's a shock.
This is 2015. So Rise of the
That
Resistance,
would have
Star
been
Wars,
helpful before.
2015. There's no Rise of Resistance. There's no Star Wars. I'll give you Hagrid's because we already talked about it. Okay.
Yeah, Hagrid's wasn't open in 2015.
Yeah, we know that. Okay, so 2015, most expensive theme park rides ever built, 2015 version. Okay, so you answered You got it wrong. He answered. He got it right. So.
Well, it just should have been wrong, but okay.
Okay. Well, it goes to Indy. Go ahead. What's next? Take another shot. Think 2015 though.
Escape from Gringotts, because that would have opened in 2014.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey was in Florida.
That was 2010.
150 million it cost for that ride. So Indy's got 2. Go ahead.
Well, if we're going back before 2015, Spider-Man.
Not on the list. Work with me.
I'm not working with you because
Okay.
because Gringotts wasn't. Never mind.
Gringotts would have been open.
It would have been, but it was Forbidden Journey.
Yeah, it's Forbidden Journey. Okay, go ahead.
Trying to think what opened and when each year.
I know and is this just limited to Disney and Universal, or
Disney.
is this?
No, Disney and Universal.
Okay. I'm trying to think what was open.
Okay, it's back to you, Indy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when Kong opened. Because I know Jimmy Fallon was later on. Because they usually build one park, another park, one park, another park. I'm going to probably go with Kong, though.
To you, Tanya. See,
I know it was after, but I'm still going to say Flight of Passage since Hagrid's was on the list. Okay.
So
Mission Space.
not on the list. Think of some of the original rides that Disney and Universal has.
That's what I'm doing.
And
now.
don't be limited to what's here in Orlando. Think worldwide.
I don't know all of the rides worldwide.
Okay, this segment is failing horribly. But, so,
Indiana Jones. Jurassic Park. Well, really.
Oh, what about Tower of Terror, the Guardians of the Galaxy?
no.
it may have been the original.
Wait. Tower of
Tower
Terror.
of Terror
Where?
in Hollywood Studios.
Tokyo. Oh, really?
Okay, so Tower of Terror in Florida cost $140 million to build.
Yay, I got one!
So Tanya's not going to get completely shut out. Okay, but there's a hint. There's more than one Tower of Terror.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one
yeah,
over
the Guardians
in...
of Galaxy.
It's to him.
No,
No, it is to you because you got it right. It's to her. Go ahead.
Well, there's Tower of Terror in, is it Tokyo or Paris?
What is your answer?
You need the Jeopardy music, too.
I know, right? I don't remember
Yeah, I didn't put this in.
where
Come on, woman.
I'm going to say the Guardians of the Galaxy in California Adventure.
No, it's the one at Tokyo Seas, the manor.
Is it?
Something Manor. I'm going blank on the guy's name. Hemingworth Manor or something like Mystic Manor.
But yeah, but that's Haunted Mansion,
No.
Isn't it?
Well, is it?
yeah.
God. Something Hightower.
All right, you guys are bombing this
Is
horribly.
it something Hightower?
So let's go over. All right,
At least you should have given us some homework and been
Yeah.
able to.
this is not working.
Most
So
people know they're going on Family Feud, just so you know.
yeah, these guys go on Family Feud. We're done. Okay, I'm gonna
You
gonna
got the
end
answer,
this.
So where's yours?
Yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna end this and we'll just talk about it.
Okay.
The 10 most expensive theme park rides ever to be built, 2015 version. Number 10,
Okay.
Expedition Everest, Florida, 100
Okay.
million. 100 million to build that.
I was going to say Expedition Everest.
Well, you didn't. So
Roasters.
Pooh's Honey Hunt,
Really?
Tokyo.
Okay, Tokyo.
$130 million to build the first ever trackless ride.
Wow. Okay.
Ratatouille,
In
Paris.
Paris.
135 million.
It's been around Paris for quite a while.
Orlando is projected to exceed that exponentially with our Ratatouille, right?
Yes.
You guys got Tower of Terror here in Florida, 140 million. Shocker. Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey is 150 million. First Kakua technology? I got nothing.
That was the arm ride.
Yeah, okay.
That's the machine that basically moves it back and forth, which is what was used at Epcot for a while there on, as well for their little coaster demos, where you could be in innovations.
And innovations, yeah.
Number 5, Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Voyage, California.
Really?
They probably had to redo everything in there, so that makes sense.
That's correct.
Yeah.
160 million. It opened in 1959, but it was updated in 2007.
I worked the one here in Orlando.
Number
It's still
4,
one of my ultimate favorite rides.
Tower of Terror, Tokyo, 190 million.
So I was right with saying Tokyo.
And this one's interesting. Number 3, Tower of Terror, Paris, 240 million.
Oh, so there's one in each park. I didn't realize that.
Correct. What's interesting about the Tower of Terror Paris is it's $100 million more than what the Tower of Terror in Florida was.
Wow.
And the reason why it's $100 million more is because of the French construction standard. Instead of having steel beams with concrete around it, they have to use solid concrete. They can't use the steel beams.
Wow.
What?
So, yeah, crazy. So that's the reason why it was $240 million to build.
I'd still want beams somewhere in there.
Yeah, no, it's solid concrete.
I don't
I wonder
know
how
if I
thick
would
that
want to
is.
go on that ride
I
now.
wonder how thick that concrete is first.
Right?
Right?
We'll see. Radiator Racer Springs, you remember that?
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was open by 2015. That's the only reason I didn't say over in Cars Land.
Yeah, I was to say, I
I thought that was like
Cars Land-
2017 or something later.
Well, it's 2015.
Yeah, but Hagrid's was on the list, so that was after 2015.
And the number 1 most expensive theme park ride ever to be built, 2015 version, is what, do you think?
Trying to run through the parks now.
I'll give you a hint. It's here.
Oh, here?
Yes.
You can't tell me the remake over of Maelstrom with freaking Frozen. I was say,
Oh,
I would
no,
jump
'cause
in your
that-
pool and drown myself.
no.
It's going to be right in front of your face, and you're not even going to know it.
Oh, Mine Train. Really?
Mine Train didn't even come close to this.
Can't be a Little Mermaid.
God, you guys suck at this.
That's the person with the answers.
I know, exactly. It's easier when you have them right in front of your face.
You probably Googled them like, I didn't know that.
Okay, I'm going to help you guys out because the show can't be over 3 hours long here.
All right, well,
It's in Florida. It's in Walt Disney World. It's something that has been running for a long time,
Splash Mountain.
but was upgraded.
No, it hasn't been upgraded.
it's been upgraded.
Stitch has been upgraded.
Well, that wasn't really
Buzz
an
Lightyear.
upgrade.
It's
upgraded.
near one of the attractions you've already guessed. It's not Hollywood Studios.
Winnie the Pooh here would not be it.
No.
It's not Magic Kingdom.
Okay. Wait, that's been
Missions.
upgraded here and not studios.
Mission Space was kind of, that wasn't really an upgrade though.
Imagination, definitely they didn't spend that kind of money there. Please don't tell me that.
Soren? Yeah, because really all they did was change the film on
What
Soarin'.
is next? Jesus, you people. Just kidding. What is next to Mission Space?
Test Track.
Yeah. Jen would be like, really?
Test Track, 300 million.
Really?
Yes.
I
The
feel like
number
that was
one most
updated
expensive
long
ride.
Before that.
The number 1 most expensive ride ever built is Test Track.
Huh.
Now
I
that's
would not
original
have-
build and upgrade.
That's surprising.
300 million.
To
It's a true story.
retroform
Now,
from-
we all can acknowledge the fact that these new rides coming out are going to put that to shame,
yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
right?
It's
I mean,
gonna blow it
Hagrid's
out
was
of the
300
way.
million, and they haven't even upgraded Hagrid's because they
Okay,
just
so
built
I
it.
have a beef. How did
Nope,
What's up,
sorry, we're
Wendy's?
moving on. Moving on.
how did
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Indy wins the Family
No.
Feud.
that is so not fair because he said Hagrid's and Hagrid's wasn't on the list.
Thank you for joining us for another great show, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Congratulations to our winner, Dave Indy.
Still get nothing.
You still get nothing.
Bottle of water.
I got shafted is what I got.
And that has got to be one of the worst segments we've ever had on this podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. We will never be doing this again.
Well, no, we can do it again. Just
Be more prepared, I guess. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, at least let us research the topic.
All right, we totally SeaWorld that. Let's move on.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that. All right. Let's move on to our sponsors real quick because we got to wrap up this podcast because otherwise it's going to be 3. Obviously, you guys know that UDN has a Patreon program. This is something that's getting really big and a lot of attention. The Patreon program is a way that you guys could sponsor UDN and help us keep going as Kona joins the podcast. Oh, yeah, sure. Give him a bottle cap. That's a great idea, Dave. Because he's not going to do anything with that.
Good thing my water is empty.
My God.
He doesn't care. It's like your water is empty.
I'm surprised the dogs hasn't barked. But so this Patreon program is really getting a lot of speed. Basically, this is your way of supporting us. We're offering 3 different levels: bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is $5 a month, silver is $10, gold is $15, and each have their own special bonuses. Shots out on social media, vehicle stickers, newsletters, and you might even get a chance to be a guest spot on this very podcast.
But not Family Feud.
Yeah. No, we're...
Yeah, well,
That may not happen again. Visit us at patreon.com/join Universal Disney Nuts to become a supporter of UDN. So please go check that out. We certainly appreciate any help that you guys could give us. As you know, we do this on our own for free. We have lots of expenses to occur, but we do it for the love of it, right?
Yes.
So
yes, we do.
Expedition Roasters announced their flavors. We weren't even close, bro.
No.
Like, totally not even close. The flavor for the spotted black and white cookie
Black and white cookie.
for the Dalmatians one. And then Hook's Revenge is the red velvet,
Yes.
which reminds me of, like, the milkshakes that Dave takes advantage of.
I need one again in my life.
No, he gets the cookie one.
He gets the cookie
And I
one.
have to give prop that.
Have you
that
had the red velvet
marshmallow
one?
I have not done the red velvet. I heard it's pretty good.
The marshmallow one was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
I've done the cake and the cookie and the bacon one that they retired.
Yeah, I only had a couple of bites because, I'd be on the floor twinging. But the Rice Krispie one, the marshmallow one, was really good.
I need to see what Planet Hollywood has as well, because
They've got some
they've
really
added some basically
interesting
to
big
go
ones.
tit for tat with twosome. So
Yep. So, and then, of course, we're pumping up the marketplace. You guys have got to go check this out. Go to worldofudn.com and check out our marketplace. It's a one-stop shop for Disney, Marvel, Universal merch. It is definitely the place to go. So show us some love. Check out our website. Check out the new website.
You can even, there's a link to go to Shop at Disney on there as well.
Good thing we're done with the podcast. Kona's just laying all over my notes. Can I help you, sir? Can I help you?
Hey, it's their world. We're just living in it.
exactly.
Yeah, clearly. I think that's going to wrap up the podcast. What do you think?
No more Disney news.
Yeah.
No,
more.
Just recap all of that.
Yeah.
Right?
My God,
Oh my
woman.
gosh. I told you that Disney exploded this week, though. There's
Wake me up
Like
when
a stomach
Tanya's
virus.
done.
Exploded like a stomach
Hey,
virus.
I warned you in the very beginning that it was going to be a lengthy segment, so don't even.
My God, woman. Okay, so with that being said, we are getting theme parks open. Universal's doing a great job. I think they certainly have.
Agreed.
They took the lead, and they've done a good job.
Absolutely.
Which props to Universal for doing that. They dropped the ball a little bit on Volcano Bay,
Yeah, for a day or two.
but they recovered nicely.
Yes.
I'd like to think so anyway. SeaWorld is the dysfunctional park of them all and can't get out of their own way. So hopefully they get their you-know-what together. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be like a reality show. Stand by for when Disney opens up.
Oh,
Because it is going to be dogs and cats living together. It is going to be nuts when it comes to this whole reservation system, being in the parks.
Yeah.
Having-
for as many people say that they're not going, there's that many more people that are still going to be going.
Oh, God, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in these parks, wear your mask. Do as you're told.
Hydrate.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It is like living on the sun right now down here.
Yes.
You might as well be walking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Walking
you don't want to
on the sun.
be
Good one,
enjoying
David,
your
right.
vacation when you finally get here and you finally
Yeah.
get in the parks and then pass out from heat exhaustion. or
So-
dehydration.
Yeah, so we're starting to get into those months where it's super, super hot and people are going to be battling dehydration. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water when you're in these parks. Be patient, folks.
Yes.
Be patient and lower your expectations. But
It's a learning curve for everybody.
we are getting the parks. So as I say normally, if you're in these parks, be safe, have fun, and we'll talk soon.
You have been listening to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. Please visit our website at worldofudn.com and join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest updates, news, and events from your favorite theme parks. See you in 2 weeks.